Hello everybody and welcome. I am back with one more video. On this time, there is a complete huge mega change in the entire workflow under the GST process. So I thought why not make a video on this new workflow. So as per the 27th meeting of the GST Council, they decided to completely revamp the entire GST system per se. So without further ado, let's directly delve into it. So what is the new system? For this, let's understand what the current system is. Current proposed system was that you would have GSTR1, which would be the return of input of output supplies. Then there would be a GSTR2 in which all the output supplies against your name would auto-populate, and then a GSTR3 which would be the return. Now this was very cumbersome, plus the matching of invoices happened on a monthly basis, which would be problematic if you have already made payment to your supplier. So now the government has completely revamped the system, and the new system is as follows. 1. There will be a single return. Yes, no 3 returns, only 1 return. 2. You can anytime upload the invoices. So GSTR1 needed to be uploaded once, right, at the 10th of the month. No, not like that anymore. Whenever, even on a daily basis or even on an invoice to invoice basis, you can upload the invoice on the system. 2. After that, the buyer, whatever invoices have been uploaded, will be allowed the credit. So that's kind of much simplified. One more thing to note here is that this anytime upload of invoice will be applicable on a phased manner. I will run through the phased manner shortly. But as we understand that the invoices which are uploaded, the buyer will be allowed the credit, and this will be a live account. So whatever invoices have been uploaded will be available to the buyer as credit. Now how will this entire new system be implemented? It will be implemented in 3 parts. 1. For 6 months period, you will have a GSTR1, which is the current form, and GSTR3B, which is also the current form, and this will continue for 6 months. Post that, this new anytime upload of billing system will be applicable, and the liability when you are filing the single return will be auto-populated from the invoices which you have uploaded. But the input credit will be a manual field which you can calculate and enter on your own. This will be only in force for 6 months. So for the first 6 months, the old system will continue. Next 6 months, new system with the input credit being allowed to be manually changed. And thereafter will be anytime upload of invoices, the same system, auto population of output supplies, and the input credit will also be auto populated, and there will be no manual intervention in this. So now why this system? Is this system good or the previous one was better? In my opinion, the new system is very good. Why? Because before you book the bill as a purchaser, you can check whether your supplier has uploaded the invoice or not. And before booking of the invoice, you can manage if he has not uploaded that invoice. This becomes a real-time system, and by taking little care as business owners and managers and training your accounting personnel properly, this really can be avoided. Any problem can be avoided, and then it can be a very seamless flow. Okay, I mentioned the phased implementation. Next, one thing which is also introduced by the 27th council meeting is that for retail, for B2C transactions, there will be 100 rupees or 2%, whichever is lower, concession if the payment is made by non-cash means. This is again the government's impetus for digitization. This is another move in that direction where this would be available. Now all of these things that I am saying, important to note that they are not applicable as on today. The meeting was held on 4th of May, and it will take some time, maybe a week or so, where all these notifications do come out from the government and the system goes on. But this is a very welcome change for industry because it simplifies the procedure. Another thing to mention here that they are also going to try to complete all the assessment proceedings, the the notices of any kind of discrepancy online. So manual intervention or intervention with the officers will be as less as possible. Another important thing here is that auto reversal of credit, which was prevalent in the old system, is been scrapped and is not applicable. That means that if your your supplier does not make the payment of GST to the government, auto reversal will not happen. It will be the supplier's responsibility only to make the payment, and the buyer will not get the hit. However, in certain extreme circumstances in which your supplier becomes bankrupt or just does not have the money to pay, in that case reversal would happen, but not in an automatic route. This would happen via the officer's intervention. So that again is a welcome change, because for buyers this was a very big complaint that how do we know that a supplier, if he did not pay, why should we suffer the burden? Correct? And now this has been, the blow has basically been softened. So okay, I hope as always this would be an informative video, and happy transacting.